My name is Sophia, and if you're reading this, you're probably scrolling through Reddit looking for some juicy family drama with a side of sweet revenge. Buckle up, because my story is one for the ages, the kind that starts with heartbreak and ends with me sipping coffee in my dream home while my family stews in their own regret. It all began 2 years ago, when I discovered my fiancé, Jake, had been cheating on me with his coworker. Not just a fling, mind you, a full-blown affair that had been going on for months. I found out the hard way, a late-night text on his phone that lit up while he was in the shower. "Can't wait for our weekend getaway," it said, from a number saved as work buddy. Yeah, right. I confronted him that night, tears streaming down my face, my world crumbling. Jake didn't even deny it. He just shrugged and said, "Things happen, Sophia. You're always so focused on your career." My career. The one that paid for our apartment, our vacations, everything. I kicked him out on the spot, changed the locks the next day, and dove headfirst into rebuilding my life. But the real gut punch came from my own family. See, Jake had charmed them all, especially my younger sister, Olivia. She was 25 at the time, fresh out of college, and idolized him like some kind of big brother figure. They'd bond over video games and stupid memes while I was at work. When the split happened, I expected support from her, from my parents. Instead, Olivia took his side. "Sophia, you're overreacting," she told me over the phone, her voice dripping with that condescending tone she saves for when she thinks she's the mature one. "Jake made a mistake. People cheat all the time. It's not like he hit you or anything." I was stunned. A mistake? He'd been planning secret trips while I was picking out wedding venues. But Olivia doubled down, saying I was too controlling and that Jake needed space. She even invited him to family dinners behind my back, posting pictures on social media with captions like, "Family forever." My parents, Karen and Mike, didn't stop her. Mom would say things like, "We're just trying to keep the peace, honey. Olivia's young, she'll come around." Dad was worse. He'd grunt and change the subject, but I knew he liked Jake more than he ever liked me. Jake was the son he never had, always helping with car repairs or grilling steaks at barbecues. I felt betrayed on every level. My heart was shattered, and my family was salting the wounds. That's when I decided to focus on myself. I'd been saving for years, ever since I started my job as a marketing executive right out of college. My dream was to buy a house, not some cookie-cutter suburb box, but a cozy Victorian fixer-upper in our hometown's historic district. It was the kind of place with creaky floors, a wraparound porch, and enough charm to make you forget the world outside. I'd eyed one in particular, 142 Elm Street, a gem that had been on the market forever because it needed work. But I saw potential, a home office for my freelance gigs, a garden for herbs, space to host friends who actually had my back. While I licked my wounds, I threw myself into work. Promotions came, bonuses piled up, and my savings grew. All the while, Olivia kept rubbing salt in. She'd text me updates about Jake. "He's doing great, by the way. Moved on to someone who appreciates him." Or worse, she'd complain about her own life, stuck in a dead-end job, living in a crappy apartment with roommates. "If only I had what you have, Soph," she'd say, hinting at my savings like it was communal property. Our parents encouraged it too. Mom would call and say, "You know, Olivia could use a fresh start. Maybe you could help her with a down payment someday." The implication was clear. My success was supposed to trickle down to her, because that's what family does. Fast forward to last summer. The house on Elm Street finally dropped in price. Perfect timing. I toured it alone, imagining my life there. No Jake, no drama, just me and my cat, Whiskers. I put in an offer, got pre-approved, and closed the deal in record time. It was mine. All mine. I didn't tell anyone in the family until the keys were in my hand. Why? Because I knew what was coming. The reveal happened at our annual family barbecue. Olivia was there, whining about her rent hike. "I wish I could afford a place like that old Victorian on Elm. It's so cute. Imagine fixing it up." She laughed, but her eyes were envious. That's when I dropped the bomb. "Actually, I bought it," I said casually, popping a chip into my mouth. "Moved in last week." The backyard went silent. Olivia's face turned beet red. "You what? That was supposed to be. I mean, you knew I loved that house. Loved it." She'd mentioned it once, in passing years ago. But in her mind, it was hers by default. Mom jumped in, her voice shrill. Sophia, how could you? We talked about helping Olivia get on her feet. That money was for the family. Dad nodded, his brow furrowed. Selfish, that's what it is. After everything Jake did for us. Everything Jake did? I interrupted, my voice steady but my heart pounding. You mean cheat on me? Lie to my face. And you all sided with him. The argument exploded from there. Olivia accused me of being vindictive, saying I'd bought the house just to spite her. Mom cried about how I'd torn the family apart. Dad stormed off, muttering about ungrateful kids. Jake even got wind of it. Olivia must have texted him and sent me a message. Congrats on the house. Too bad you're alone in it. I blocked him without a reply. But here's where the revenge gets sweet. I didn't just buy the house, I transformed it. I hired contractors, painted the walls a soft lavender, installed a state-of-the-art kitchen with granite counters and a wine fridge. The garden bloomed with roses and tomatoes. I hosted parties for my real friends, people who celebrated my wins without expecting handouts. Photos of my renovations went viral on Instagram, and suddenly, strangers were demanding me for tips. Olivia! She stalked my profile, liking posts accidentally before unliking them. I knew because mutual friends told me. Then came the holidays. Thanksgiving at my parents' house was tense. Olivia showed up with a sob story. Her apartment flooded, and she needed a place to stay. Maybe I could crash at your new house? Just for a bit, she asked, eyes pleading. Mom chimed in. It's the Christian thing to do, Sophia. I smiled sweetly. Sorry, no room. I turned the guest bedroom into a home gym. It wasn't a lie I had. But the truth was, even if I hadn't, I wouldn't have let her in. Not after she chose Jake over me. The fury peaked at Christmas. Dad called me beforehand, demanding I share the wealth. That house is big enough for two. Olivia's struggling, be a sister. I laughed. I am being a sister. The kind who remembers betrayal. When I showed up for dinner, gifts in hand, they ambushed me. Mom had printed out articles about family forgiveness. Olivia cornered me in the kitchen, tears in her eyes. Please, sophomore Jake and I, we were wrong. But I need help. Jake and her? Wait, what? It hit me then. She'd been seeing him. Not just siding with him. She'd crossed the line. How long? I asked, my voice ice cold. She stammered. A few months after you split. But it's over now, he cheated on me too. Poetic justice. I walked out without another word, leaving my gifts behind. Now, months later, I'm thriving. The house is my sanctuary, morning yoga on the porch, evenings with books by the fireplace. Work promoted me again. I'm traveling for conferences, living the life I built. Olivia moved back in with our parents, jobless and single. Mom calls weekly, begging for reconciliation. We're family, Sophia. This has gone on long enough. Dad's emails are gruffer. You're punishing us all for one mistake. But it's not one mistake, it's a pattern. They chose sides, and now they're reaping the consequences. I don't hate them, I just don't owe them. Last week, I hosted a housewarming party. Friends toasted to new beginnings. As laughter filled the rooms, I thought of Reddit stories like this. Petty, yes, but oh so satisfying. If you're in a similar spot, remember, sometimes revenge isn't loud. It's buying the house of your dreams and locking the door behind you. Word count, 1,248. Wait, that's short? No, let me expand. The aftermath didn't stop there. Olivia tried to rally extended family against me. Aunt Linda, Uncle Joe, even Grandma. Sophia's being cruel, she'd say in group chats. But I had screenshots. Her posts defending Jake, her invites to him for holidays. I shared them calmly, letting the truth speak. Relatives started siding with me. Good for you, dear, Grandma whispered at a reunion. Don't let them walk all over you. Jake, he messaged again, apologetic now that Olivia dumped him post-cheat. I miss what we had. I replied with a photo of my new living room. I don't. Blocked for good. My parents' fury simmered into guilt. Mom sent care packages, cookies, knitted scarves, with notes saying, "We love you." Dad fixed my car when I visited, grumbling less. But Olivia, radio silence until last month. She showed up at my door, unannounced, suitcase in hand. I have nowhere else, she sobbed. Please. I let her in for coffee, not forever. We talked. She admitted everything. Jealousy of my success, crushing on Jake, regretting it all. I was stupid, she said. I nodded. You were. But forgiveness? Not yet. Work on yourself first. I told her. Like I did. She left, promising change. Today, as I write this for my sunlit study, parents are planning a family therapy trip. I'll go on my terms. Revenge isn't about destruction, it's about boundaries. And mine, solid as my new home's foundation.